What a flick. Stops. Whew. What a journey that was. Well, once again, live on tape from a secret, undisclosed location hidden somewhere deep in the bowels of downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, comes In the Library of Graphic Literature with your host, me, Wallace Ryan. Oh, what a busy past couple of weeks. I have to stop for a cup of tea there. And a spin of the rack. As you've seen on my on the page, the weekend just passed. We put off the PURE COMIX Festival of Graphic Literature here in St. John's for the first time ever. The most easterly comic arts festival in North America. And it was a success. We had lots of fun. Everyone enjoyed themselves. The vendors stood out pretty good, and people seemed to enjoy the lectures, and the artist area was popular, and the party in the end at the Geek Public House just wrapped it all up nicely. So, and of course, we also announced this week that next year's will be held on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of June 2020 here in St. John's, Newfoundland. So get ready. We're going to start. We'll be basically starting up on that in a few months. We're going to do a lot of pre-work though. I'm planning actually to go to a lot of the local schools and offer a little free comic book boot camp for free to the students there, and really see if I can start to grow the comic arts community even more so on a real grassroots level. So this year is going to be the year of the recruiter. I will be out there preaching like any preacher would preach if they could preach like I preach. So don't let me preach to you too much. Okay, and also because of the PURE COMIX Festival of Graphic Literature, I skipped last week's books. There were a few, so I figured I'll just pot them together in one big super episode. Which this kind of is. Super episode, the After PURE COMIX edition. So let's get down to it, because we're going to have to zip through these quickly. So, make sure we get them all in. First of all, from the good folks, come on, caught up in. And of course the big news is this week is the last, well there's two. There's the last issue of Walking Dead, which was a surprise announcement, which is kind of cool and funny in one way, but from the store owners I met and all that, they weren't too pleased, because it was, I mean, everyone sold out instantly at them. And now, of course, the people who did get them were the people who usually in most stores that I've found had them on their pull list. Now, if you have a company that you comic book store that you buy your comics at, and you've been buying Walking Dead, and then suddenly they don't have it for you, or they charge you more for it, it's probably time to get a new comic book store. The good ones will basically give it to you, because I've seen people already trying to get $50 for it. It's like, come on, read the darn thing. Anyway, speaking of Walking Dead, here we have Kirkman and Assacetta's Outcast. This actually is pretty good. It's about an exorcist. I've read the first one. I think I'm really into the second one now. But I loved it actually. It started off very slow, but it really started to pick up pace as it went along. Now, of course, I don't want to have a look at too much of this, because I don't want to be giving away any secrets even for myself. Beautiful art though. Love this guy's art. And Kirkman can still tell a decent story. But yeah, for anyone who hasn't tried Outcast, give it a try. I do believe it's still in print. Next here from the typewriter of Mike Mignola and the drawing table of Christopher Golden, etc., comes Joe Golem, occult detective. Doesn't that sound yummy? I'm still reading the first one, I do believe. But anyway, yeah. Anything, once again, anything with Mignola's name on it, I'll usually buy just sight unseen, just because he's great. But yeah, there's a quick look. But yeah, I like the art in it. Stories are, of course, I love Mignola's stories. The Mignola verse is the place for me. It's a place I'd like to vacation. We'll come back alive from. But yeah, so pretty cool. Joe Golem. We're really ripping through them here today, aren't we? Actually, we got two here from the good folks at PS Artbooks. One we have Tales of Horror. This features well-known people like Sal Trapani, Al Gordon, Ernest Schroeder. But once again, I love these old horror ones just because they're and these books done by PS Artbooks, just because they got they include the ads in it, so it really feels like you got the. And I know I've said this many a time that it's like you got the comics actually mounted into them. But I mean, a lot of these are comics that a lot of the major publishers won't reprint and all that. So it's kind of cool to see people like PS Artbook taking up the slack there. Oh, look at that! Love these ads. Come on, and the Black Knight. Obviously not the Marvel's Black Knight, but you know, a Black Knight. Ooh, look, a barrel of fun. Ooh, get prizes and make money. See that? So yeah, love the covers too. Look at this, Tales of Horror, with that hot pink and the snakes and the snake charmer. Very cool. Next is Baffling Mysteries. These are very baffling to me. J. Scott Pike, Mike Sikowski, Lou Cameron, Jim McLaughlin, so a few more here. Once again, really, really cool covers. This, I do believe, was an Ace title. Yeah, Ace Comics. So these are from 54 to 55. Here we go. There's a lot of horror and stuff on the go back then. Great artwork, though. Some of these, this is where you're slowly starting to get into better and better standards for comic book art. In the 30s, it looked like they would hire anyone who could hold a pencil. But I mean, as the years went on, the quality of the drawing in comics did really go up and up and up and up. Okay, so that was pretty cool. And let's see, from First Second comes the Otto Vienna and Myrick Hawking biography. This, well, I'm a big fan of Stephen Hawking and science, and I, also too, I've been trying to bolster my the graphic novel end of the library, buying, you know, just about anything I can see, like especially biographies. I will, most times if I see a biography, I will pick it up, and then you know, that among other general cool graphic novels and stuff like that. But I like the style in this too. It's very simple. I don't know, there's just something about it just suits it. So I'm looking forward to giving this a read. Even though I'm sure I'm not going to remember not remember, but understand some of it, but it looks just too cool to avoid. Whew. Oh, by the way, it's a warm day here, or it's starting to become a warm day. Tomorrow is actually probably going to be the warmest day yet in for this summer here at on the far east coast of North America. It's been a very, very cool spring, which it kind of always is here, but even more so than usual. But now, hopefully, Although last weekend for the Pure Comics Festival, we had 2 sunny days in a row, which was a godsend. Listen to that. Someone needs to get a muffler. Anyway, hang on a second there. Nothing like a cup of tea, is there? Anyway. Here we have Marvel Masterworks, and a hefty one too at that. This is volume 11 of the Uncanny X-Men. Now this has a few extra things in it besides just the X-Men. A little bit of a tear on the cover. This has the... what I like about this is this has the Kitty Pryde and Wolverine series that I do believe Al Milgrom did that, if I'm not mistaken yet. And then there's the X-Men and Alpha Flight by Paul Smith, and the classic annual number 8 by Steve Leola. Just absolutely love his stuff. And then there's a lot of basically general, a lot of Marvel, a lot of X-Men by Romita Jr. And this was just when he was starting to slowly come into his own. Like I say, I wasn't a fan of his early stuff, but as he started to get more and more out there, I started to love it more and more. But anyway, yeah, so a good solid addition to the X-Men Marvel Masterworks. Have a look here. This is the Kitty Pryde Wolverine one. I like this. Just the it was one of Milgrom's, I think, best pieces since his work on Captain Marvel. I actually liked his run on Captain Marvel too. There's Steve Leola's beautiful work on I think this was his, wasn't it? Where am I? No, this is, he inked it, see? See, I can usually spot Steve a mile away. Here we go. And I had this too when I was younger. I love this this episode, this issue. I do believe this was inked by oh, it does look like it's inked by Sienkiewicz. I can't really remember for the life of me. Oh. And no, Steve Leola, straight out. But anyway, yeah, all in all, for you X-Men fans, worth picking up. Whew. Geez, we're getting through them rather fast here today. Now, two of the big ones here. That's why I have to have a cup of tea to prep myself for this. Oh, you like my Doctor Strange t-shirt? Pretty cool. Okay, let's get down to the final two. Doom, 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 doom. What can they be? Oh, what can they be? Maybe a comic for you and for me. Do, 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 do. Open says me. Open says me. Oh, wow. Now I know what that actually means. Wallace, you're a nut. Okay. So, the big one for this week, or one of the two big ones, at least in my mind. The first one is the amazing series Monstress. This is from Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. The artwork in this is actually quite stunning. I mean, I've looked through various issues as it was coming out, and it was just like, oh my god. I knew right away, just even the artwork alone, it was absolutely astounding. So it was like, yeah, I got to get this. And after a while, though, I decided to wait until it was collected, because I knew sooner or later it would be collected. Now this has the first 18 issues. Ooh. And yeah, so I was very pleased with it. This was a winner of Best Writer, an Eisner, Best Continuing Series Eisner. It won a Hugo, a Harvey, Best Cover Artist, Best Publication, a couple more Eisners. That's pretty good, actually. So it's an award-winning series. But yeah, check it out. folks. It is pretty good. The artwork is just absolutely astounding. Pretty cool, huh? I don't want to give away too much of it. Definitely one, I think definitely a series you want to run out and pick up there. Okay. Oh. And last, but not least by any stretch of the imagination, comes a classic comic from Stan Lee and Moebius. The classic comic parable. At the time, there we go. At the time when this came out, it came out in on newsprint and all that, and it really suffered. The original comic itself isn't a very good printing because, of course, Moebius has a lot of fine line artwork and all that, and it was just gobbled up by the newsprint. When they printed the first hardcover of it, which was this cool one with a pink cover, many years ago, it was the first decent printing of it because it was printed on a glossy paper and you could actually see the line work for the first time. And of course, I assume that the same is, as you can see, and it is the same with this one. You can actually see all the line work. Oh. There we go. There's the cover of the one there. Actually, I had that too. Another cool cover, but yeah, with the there we go. Oh, I had the poster too. But yeah, and these posters I actually had. Actually, kind of cool to see these in the back here. But yeah, anyway, when it first appeared, like I say, the fine line work was just absolutely ruined by the use of newsprint. But this, check it out. Beautiful story from an amazing artist, Moebius. And this is his, I can tell too, this is his hand lettering. As I'm a hand letterer, I have been truly influenced by his hand lettering. There's just something very beautiful about it. But yeah, and this one, once again, this is a nice print, a very nice printing of it. So I leave you Moebius fans. Ooh, look, and the cover itself turns into a big poster. Oh, and there's of course the neat image there. But yeah, that's kind of cool actually. But I'm not going to take it apart. I'm going to leave it together like that. Not bad, hey? So, and that's it. It's everything there for great books this week. Later on in the weekend, actually, if I can get time, I'm going to do the September Solicitations special episode and go through some of the upcoming stuff. Someone asked me, aren't you kind of double dipping because you show the books when they come out when you get them, but then you're showing them ahead of time? And I thought, well, actually, if I preview some books too, it'll get some ideas out there and promote some really good books that should be purchased. So that's why I've decided I will continue to do the special episodes, the solicitation episodes, along with the usual weekly show. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be out within the next day or so, depending on how my schedule goes. Anyway, that being that, everything is said and done. The die is cast. The tea is drank. The comics are read. And it's time for me to make a dash. Also, I have a comic jam tonight, so I gotta get ready and head down to that now pretty soon, and should be fun. Nothing like bringing comics to a whole new generation of people. It truly is my mission here on Earth. Anyway, I'm off to spread the gospel of the word of comics. Keep on reading there, folks. Okay. That's it. Oh, look at the size of that boom tube. That must be the third biggest one I've ever seen. See you next week. Okay, bye.